This is the Iron Trader. It is Monday morning, which means it's time to go to work. So as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natty gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell a stock, commodity, ETF. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily chart, all stretched out. Okay, now let's big that up a little bit. All right, now if you watched my video last night on Sunday night, we reviewed everything here, basically sitting around this 8 SMA here. Okay, so if you look at this, this is sitting at 90.50. So when this sold off here, it could not close above, even though it went above, it couldn't close above that 8 SMA. Same thing here on the Friday. Now we have to see what we're going to do here today. Now, if you look at this pattern right here, this is a possible. The key word here is possible bear flag going on here, just like we had here. And then we notice what happened. It came and shot right on down, okay? This one here couldn't get through your 21 or your 8 SMA, and then fell right on down. It got through it, but it couldn't close above it. So we have to see if this is going to be the same way, or is it going to go higher and then negate the pattern? Okay, now if it goes higher, first of all, always watch that 8 SMA. That's sitting at 90.50. Then what we want to do is watch the top of this candle here. You're looking at 90.98, and then we have 91.07, and then we have up here is you have 91.33, and then your big retest is 92.43. Now, close above that 92.43. We just go to the left of the chart here. Very simple. You look at 92.87 here. We have 93.31, 93.64, and then your big test is 93.74. Now, this one here, because you put a double top, is going to be very key on a closing basis. That's the key. Now, it can pop up to 94, 94 and a half, whatever. But if it doesn't close there, then what we don't have, that is your big strong resistance. Now, we'll look on a weekly, and if it closes above, I'll show you exactly where it should be going. Okay, now let's look here on the downside. All right, so if it can't hold that, then we look at Friday's low. Okay, so you're looking at basically 89.31, and then we have this candle here. You're looking at 88.97, and then right here is going to be sitting at 88.37, which lines up very, very nicely here with this candle here at 88.29, and the top of this candle here at 88.07. See how that provided very, very good resistance. So when you have a candle that goes up here, and then you have what they call the breakout candle that goes on up, always look to that candle there, because that is going to be support. So when you look right across, see how it came on down, held that support. Now, again, if that is lost here, well, then we can just work these candles all the way down here. Basically, you got 87.22, and then we have this key 21 SMA, which is always your key support. That's sitting at 87.14. And then if that's lost, we just work ourselves all the way on down here. Okay, you got 86.71 here. You have 86.15. We look here, you have 85.02, and then we have this candle here, which is basically take the high of that, 84.89 coming right across. Then if that's lost, look to the top of this candle here, 83.69, the bottom of that candle there, 83.46, and then we run right into here is your 82.90. Those are all you're going to be your support levels, but always watch these across here like that, because that gives you very, very good support levels. If these key levels here, your 21, your 8, your 50, your 100, your 200 day is lost, okay? So let's just see how today, if this bear flag is going to play out here, or if it's going to close back above this 8 SMA here and then negate that whole bear flag pattern. Okay, now here on your RSI here, well, this is, you had, I'm pointing out you were up in a nosebleed section here, and now you fell here below 70. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. What I'm looking for here is this negative divergence kind of a situation here, where you have a high here, okay, and then you have a higher high, but you have a lower on your RSI here. That's that negative curve. Right now, it doesn't seem to be like in play. So let's just look at this MACD here. Now, your MACD here is starting to cross. Your green is going over the red. Now, if you look at here, what happened when this green crossed over the red, this is what you had. Okay, so just be very, very careful on what we have today and watch that key 8 SMA here, and then at 92.43, the retest, and then your big support level here at 87.13. All right, let's take a look here on a weekly and a monthly. Okay, your monthly chart is, still looking very, very bullish. Okay, you're above all your key SMAs here. This is the one that you want to watch right there, 86.96. Okay, you really need to hold that on a closing basis here for the month. Okay, so you got a little time here left here, and then your next level here is going to be key is going to be that 8 SMA here. But let's not worry about that first. One level at a time. Okay, so here on your weekly chart. Well, we got to get rolling here a little bit here, but your 8-day is nice above your 21, your 50-day, and above your 100-day. Very, very nice here. Even if this sells down here like it did here, as long as it holds that 8 SMA here and now your 100 SMA, then you can be in good shape to go higher. If it's lost, well, then what we want to do is you want to look here at your 21. You're sitting at 78.40, and then we have your 78.45 here on your 50-day, which is pretty much joined together right there. On this level here, this key support here, you want to watch that 8 SMA, looking at 86.07, and then we have your Hondo right here, sitting at 86.05. So your 8-day actually crossed above your 100-day, which is very bullish sign. The key is, does it going to roll over? That is what we have to watch. But see, your 21-day here now is crossing above here. Very, very, very bullish here on the chart here, but that can turn in real quick. Now remember, seasonality here is basically till the end of the month here, but we have to see this year is going to be very little different here because you have Saudi Arabia with these volunteer 1 million barrel a day cuts, Russia there with their 300,000 barrel a day cuts here. So we got to be very, very kind of a cautious here, but just to see how it's all going to shake out. So have no opinion, just trade the direction that the price is going at. All right, let's take a look here at the old natty gas. Okay, natty gas here. All right, what we have here, you got your hourly and your 4-hour chart. Now, you put in a low here of 2.59, and then we had the retest here, that's always, I say, is your buying opportunity. That was sitting at 2.60. And then when it runs up like this, okay, like say you're scalping this, okay, you want to watch for a higher low. That tells you to scalp it. And then you have to look at all these key SMAs. So you look at this one here, where it ran right into the 50 and then pulled right back. Now, if it could get above that 50, then you could go to the top of this candle, which would be the price channel. But obviously, see, this is why you put these SMAs on charts on all time frames, because you can see how, they work. That's the key. So now here on the upside, well, what we want to do is we want to watch this 8 SMA here at 2.62. We want to watch the 21-day here, 2.63, and then we have your 50-day at 2.64, and then 2.66. So this is that level right there, and then we can go to the top of that candle right there at sitting at 2.68, and then right above we can look for this 200-day at 2.70. Now on the downside here, you want to watch the bottom of this candle here. Okay, so this was 2.61. This candle was 2.60, and then this candle was basically 2.95 here. So you got a good support level with higher lows. We just have to see how it's all going to kind of shake out here. Right now here on natural gas, I'm flat both ways, and I will see which kind of direction here is either to go scalp long or go short. But right now I'm absolutely flat, have no position. Okay, so if you look here on your 4-hour chart here, your series of higher lows is still very much intact here. You put in a nice double bottom with this candle here and this candle here. Now we have a sideways action. The key is, can it hold these candles? If not, then we're going to come down here, the bottom of this candle right there, okay? See, that's at 2.56, and then we come down here at basically 2.5. So watch this very, very closely. That's why you want to use the price channel. See, it's very, very easy, very clear to see. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily and a weekly. Okay, let's see here what we have. Okay, there's your upside, 2.65. That's your 8 SMA here. There's your 2.57. There's your downside. You kind of just flatlined here. But if you look at this pattern here, it doesn't look like much, but this is building a huge, huge base. And again, if that could break out, you can see how these breakouts, especially on natural gas, how this can just rip your face clean right on off here if you're on the short side. So when you have a base like this and you have a series of see how it's just trending up and your price channels are trending up, if you can break out above this key 3.018, basically this candle here, 3.02, then you can shoot to that 50-day real quick and even to this 200-day very, very quick, just like we did over here. Okay, so, but it's going to need a catalyst. It's going to need some drastic weather, because some kind of a shortage, some kind of a disruption, something to blast this thing up higher. Now, let's take a look here on the daily chart here. Well, you basically just got sideways action here. Okay, you have a nice series of higher lows. You're holding that 100 SMA here. So even if this came down here to this 100 SMA here, you still have a nice series of higher lows. Okay, so that's still all good. Okay, so on the upside here, just basically watch this candle here. This is that 2.66 candle. That's just watch the top of that. It needs to close above if it can. Then we looked at this 8 SMA here at 2.69, and then we can just start rallying up here, 2.74, 2.759, and then we have 2.82, and then you have your retest up here. But before we even get up there here, always, if this does break out, watch this 200-day. See this, how this is downtrending? 2.845. Watch that 200-day, because even if this pops up like it did here, okay, this here will go right into that 200-day, and that there is going to be the big time resistance. You need to close above that before we can start looking at these areas up here, this 50-day and your 200 SMA here. So on the downside, basically what you want to do is watch yesterday, our Friday's low there at 2.60 here, and then watch this key 2.549, that 100-day. You really have to close above that, for the day. That is going to be a very, very key level here on a closing basis here, so you can maintain your series of higher lows. And if that's lost, well, then right here, 2.46, that is your target. Okay, I'll have more for you on Crude and Natty Gas here after the pit close later today. And thanks for watching.